Welcome back. Chances are parents have already thought about what their kids will be eating these first few days back to school, but what about weeks and months later when your kids are getting tired of that same old sandwich? This morning, Steve Constantine, the chef with H-E-B, is here to help keep it fun and healthy. Good morning to you.
Good morning. How are you?
Good, good. You've got all the good stuff with us this morning. Do you feel parents' pain when trying to come up with new things to put in the lunchbox?
I definitely do. I mean, we all get in a rut with food because, the grocery stores, we always have the same options. But how do you creatively try to inspire your kids and, make new lunches and have something different, interesting for them?
Yeah. So I think you've got kind of a boring lunch, or what probably I ate when I went to school.
Exactly.
So let's start off there. Probably something familiar that parents have seen before.
Definitely. I mean, and this was the first thing that came to mind. This isn't a bad lunch. There's nothing wrong with it, but, it takes 2 to 3 minutes, and with like another extra minute of invested time, you can do so much better. Your basic lunch that I've always seen, or you've seen, has been peanut butter jelly sandwich, some chips like Doritos or tortilla chips, a pudding, and an apple. Again, that takes only 2 to 3 minutes to make. But again, the whole concept is with a little bit of mindfulness and some extra invested time, you can whip together some great ideas. So
nothing wrong with that, but we can do better.
Yes, exactly. So one of the ideas that we came up with, so kind of like, deconstructed sandwiches. So you can always make a nicer sandwich instead of a peanut butter and jelly, but also, that is the basic, but you can deconstruct your sandwich and do like a do-it-yourself Lunchable like we have here. So here we've got some Boar's Head natural ham and turkey, some of the H-E-B artisan cheddar cheese from Wisconsin. We've also got some of the wheat thins, H-E-B wheat thins, are like healthier whole grain crackers, and then some nice fruit, some green beans in there, and then you can also do some chobani, some Greek yogurt, which is higher in protein, as a nice, just a kind of a fun way of doing like a deconstructed sandwich or your own healthy Lunchable.
That looks wonderful.
Thank you.
Wonderful, and all the food groups, I think, in that
definitely
in that lunch for sure. And these are neat containers, by the way. Just a side note.
Yeah, and one thing for me too, just thinking about it, you want to make sure with back to school that you guys have lots of the containers. Whatever you're choosing to use is up to you, but have lots of them on hand. That way you don't have to worry about, oh, I didn't do the dishes, and I don't have to wash that same one over to make the lunch for your child's next meal. Having extra containers on hand is definitely beneficial.
Okay. And not to rush you too much. We've got about a minute left.
Beautiful.
So I'll get the next one ready.
Yeah. So I feel like kids are getting more enlightened and more open with food. So here's a sushi idea. H-E-B, they have the sushi-ya, so you can pick up a pre-made sushi roll. Here we have a dessert or fruit sushi with almond butter, bananas, and then a whole grain tortilla, a little bit of ranch, carrots, some chocolate-covered blueberries as a nice other idea.
And you were telling me earlier when we were talking, their tastes are expanding a little bit. Because a parent might say, well, my kid's not going to eat sushi. Whoops, I'm dropping some of the food here.
No,
but kids are trying things more, and the parents are introducing new things in the house.
Definitely, and I agree. And I think it's all about keeping it interesting, having an open mind, and getting the kids buy-in. Having them be hands-on in the grocery store with that experience, as well as making the meal. If they're excited while they make the meal at home, then the next day when they bring it to school to lunch, they're going to be proud of what they're going to be eating.
All right.
Instead of, oh, this is what I have today. This is what Mom made.
Okay, quickly, and we've got a wrap here. We're going to have to wrap it up too. But that is perfect with a wrap and some more fresh fruit. And I'm kind of curious to know, David, did you take your lunch to school, and do you remember what was in it?
Absolutely, I did, and it was something like one of those first ones, one of those quote-unquote boring ones. I think I'm going to have this gentleman make my lunch next time.